This is my attempt at a little masterclass on money for creative freelancers. See, I've worked freelance for like 10 years now. From DJing to music production, sound engineering, recording, even graphic design, and now photography and filmmaking. For most of that time, I was a complete financial wreck. But I believe I've made significant improvements, and even though I'm nowhere near rich, I'm definitely better now than what I was before, and I've definitely cultivated some healthy financial habits. Important note, I am not a financial advisor, nor an expert. So take what I say with a grain of salt. This is just what has worked for me for the last few years. So here we go. This is how I manage money as a freelancer. Number 1, know your expenses inside and out. The first thing you need to do to get your financial life in order is you need to know what comes in and what goes out. So open up your bank app. Look at everything that's coming in and out for the last few months. Now open up your Notes app and write down all of your recurring expenses. That is your rent, your internet bill, electricity, gas, water, food, insurance, subscriptions, going out to eat, fun money, all of it. Some of them are easy because they're fixed, like insurance or rent. So the other ones that are variable, try and just average them out. Now, write down your average monthly income and look at them side by side. It is very important that you know exactly where your money is going out to, so you can do your due diligence and see if something is out of pocket and not aligned with your goals. Quick example. I know it seems small, but it's definitely something. I used to have Google Drive and iCloud. When I went through both of them on my computer, I realized I had duplicates. When I got done with deleting all the duplicates, I found out that everything that I had on the cloud fit into one of the clouds. So I just had money going out every month for basically nothing. It's not a lot, but when you start doing the math on a yearly basis instead of a monthly one, I saved, I don't know, maybe $50. You're not gonna get rich off of saving $50, but it's $50 I was just throwing out unnecessarily. I also changed my phone carrier. I was paying like $15 a month. Now I'm paying like $10 a month. That's like $60 a year. So add that to the subscription I also canceled from the cloud, and that is $110 a year. That's something. So yeah, that's it. The first step to taking control of your finances is to actually get to know them. Step number 2 is cut out everything unnecessary. This is going to be hard for some people because I know you guys like to justify stupid stuff because it makes you happy. That's cool. Some things make me happy as well, but some things are just dumb. Now that you have a grasp on where your money goes, assess all of your expenses and see which ones you can cut out. So go ahead and cut out that HBO subscription that you never use. Negotiate your phone bill. Drink coffee at home. Get a reusable water bottle instead of buying a water bottle outside every day. These are just small things that you can cut out that don't really have that much of an impact in your everyday happiness. And by cutting them out, if you add it all up at the end of the year, it's probably a significant amount. I know it doesn't seem like much, but these little things do add up. The goal here is to understand what truly makes you happy and understand that some of these small things really have no major significance in all of that. So you can probably just cut them out. Think that the money that you're spending today is money that you're depriving your future self of tomorrow from. So stop buying stupid stuff on Temu. Tip number 3 is be very aware of what investments actually make business sense. If you're a filmmaker like me, you might feel like buying camera gear is a very smart business investment, like a step in the right direction. It feels like you're investing in your business, taking a step forward. But I'm here to tell you that's not always the case. We're running a business here, so we need to start acting and thinking like a business. Not like a hobbyist, not like a gear collector. As a big rule of thumb, I only buy stuff that makes me money. That could be a computer that cuts my editing time in half because I don't need to wait for everything to render. That could be this little microphone holder that I got because a client requested it for me. Otherwise, I would just be holding the mic in my hand just like this. It could also be making me money for client satisfaction, like having a wireless monitor on set. That way the client can approve shots on the go and I spend less time editing. It could also be something like using a teleprompter and cutting my actual shooting time in half because the talent doesn't need to go back and forth reading their lines off their phone. It could be buying new gear that I'm gonna use, but I also know that I'm gonna rent out to fellow colleagues because it's how we request it on their jobs as well. The point is, not everything that you're gonna buy is gonna make you money. And I'm not you to tell you what is gonna make you money, but I'm telling you that it's not like everything that you're gonna get is actually gonna bring you a return. You should know your situation better than anyone else. I know for me, something like buying a new gimbal is definitely not gonna make me more money. I have a perfectly good gimbal. Having one gimbal is important. Having 10 gimbals is not any better. And definitely getting a new one is also not going to be making me any more money. But you know your situation, you should know this better than anyone. Also, as a note to my younger self and anyone else who might need to hear this, you can always rent stuff. Trust me, it's not worth it buying a $1,000 lens, using it once, and then selling it for like $700 at a loss because you're too stubborn to spend $50 to rent it. Trust me. Tip number 4 is create a payday routine for every time you get paid. If you're like me, your income is inconsistent, which means you could be getting 10 payments this month and 2 next. So traditional budgeting is definitely not going to work for you in the same way that it would work for someone with a fixed salary. So the way that I do it and the way that I recommend that you do it is, instead of looking at a budget and defining absolute numbers, think in variables. So your payday routine is gonna be in percentages. So here's how it might look like. Let's say, most importantly, taxes are 20% where you live. Then 40% is gonna be your salary. Another 20% is going into your business account. 10% are gonna go into savings, and the other 10% are gonna go into your investment account. So when you get a $1,000 check for a job, $200 are gonna go straight into your taxes account, $400 into your personal account, $200 to your business account, $100 to your savings, and $100 to your investments. Having a system like this makes it foolproof, and it makes sure that things get done every single time. This is the way that I've been doing it for the last couple of years, and it's made sure that I don't skip out on investing, saving, putting money aside for taxes, regardless of me having variable income. Now, the values that I use here are just an example, but I do recommend that you keep these allocations in mind. Taxes, salary, investments, business, and savings. And yeah, I know, when you start splitting your money up like this, it makes it seem like it's such a smaller number than what comes into the account. But trust me, in 20 years, you'll thank yourself for putting money aside for all your taxes and savings and investments. Tip number 5, and this was the big game changer for me. Have an emergency fund. So now that you know how much you spend per month on average, and how much is coming in on average, you want to build up an emergency fund. This is a savings account, something that preferably doesn't penalize you for drawing money at will. And in this account, you want to make sure you have somewhere between 3 to 12 months worth of living expenses. And I know it seems a bit scary, but trust me, it's important. Some people get by with just 3 months. Some people are more risk averse. They want to have 12 months worth of living expenses. I'm somewhere in the middle. I like 6 months, and I think it's probably the best solution for everyone out there. But again, this totally depends on your personality and your aversion to risk. The idea is pretty simple. Just multiply your average monthly expenses by 6, for example, and set that money aside with the sole purpose of it sitting there and it giving you peace of mind that if something were to happen, you could last for the next 6 months without feeling like you're gonna starve. This is also the fund where you can withdraw money from in case your computer dies and you have a big bill that you're gonna need to pay, or you have a problem in your car. Well, it's an emergency fund, right? So it's in the name. It's for emergencies. But I think the best way you can go about it is fill it up to whichever number it is, and then forget it's there. Bonus points if you actually do it on a different bank account or a different bank. That way, when you go into your own personal bank app, you don't even see this money. It's like it doesn't exist. So you're not tempted to go in there and take some of it out to buy a new pair of shoes. This tip was the most life-changing for me. I used to live in an extreme state of anxiety. Like, daily. I was constantly thinking, what am I going to do if a job doesn't show up next week? Or my clients all suddenly decide to leave me? Like, what do I do? And this used to keep me up at night. But having an emergency fund really eased that up for me. It's way easier to sleep at night knowing that if something happened and I was out of commission for 6 months, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to be cool or fun, but I'm not going to starve to death. Think of this as not really your money, not for the new iPad, not for a new pair of shoes, not for a fun trip. As a bonus, having this emergency fund also led me to get better jobs. And what I mean by that is I used to feel the pressure of taking on jobs that I didn't really like because I felt like, I need the money because I'm tight. I have like $300 in my bank account and I don't know how I'm gonna make rent. And having money aside means that you can now say no to certain jobs, which is cool. Now you might still want to take them, but then it's up to you. And it's better to be in a position where you can make the choice whether or not you want the job rather than being forced by none other than yourself because you keep spending all the money that you get. So having this emergency fund puts you in a position where you're not constantly drowning, which means you can be a little bit more selective with what projects you take on and what clients you take on as well. Tip number, I forgot, stay on top of your taxes. As I said before, stay on top of your taxes. Set money aside for tax season anytime you get paid. Inside of your bank account, create a separate account only for tax money. Name it taxes. Only time that money comes out of that account is when taxes need to get paid. That's it. Very simple rule. Money comes in from a client, put it in there. Tax season comes around, take it out, pay your taxes. Simple as that. I don't know where you guys are from, but where I'm from, the government is not playing around. They want their tax money. Tax fraud is a crime. Paying late fees sucks. So, get it right. As a little bonus tip, in my calendar, I have a reminder for tax season. So every few months, whenever I need to go ahead and pay taxes or I need to file in paperwork, it's in my calendar. It reminds me days before the deadline, and it also helps me with my anxiety on taxes. So yeah, set your money aside as soon as you get paid for your taxes. Stay ahead of the curve. Very, very important. Set up a business account. When I started, everything used to come in and out of my own personal account. Recently, by recently, I mean a couple years ago, I set up a separate account just for business purposes. So all of my client payments come into that one account. And that's where everything then gets distributed from. And this account is where you can have a little bucket for your business money, your tax money, your whatever money. But keep things separate. If I need a new lens, I take it out of the business's money. If I need to print business cards, I take it out of the business's money. If I need a new pair of jeans, I take it out of my money. Keeping things separate is definitely something I did not used to do, which meant that every decision that I made for my business had a direct impact on my own financial well-being, and vice versa, which is not a good thing. Even psychologically, it meant that if I wanted to buy a new car for myself, in my mind I would be like, oh, but I'm spending money that could be going towards business investments. Keeping it separate meant that I did not feel guilty spending money on myself. And I also didn't overestimate how much money I had for the business side of things. So I found that for me is just easier to do the maths. And it's also a bit liberating. That doesn't mean that I can't inject my own capital into the business if I need to. I obviously can, but it just makes things clearer in my mind what belongs to me and what belongs to the business. And lastly, build multiple sources of income. This is incredibly subjective, but find out what works for you. The goal here is simply to be making money from different places. So let's say you're a freelance graphic designer, you do client work as a freelancer, and that's your main source of income. You could, for example, add mentoring to that and mentor aspiring graphic designers or aspiring freelancers. You already have the knowledge on how to do it, so why not share it and also build a second source of income using that? You could do it directly, or you could maybe start a YouTube channel like this and start monetizing your content there. You could sell prints online, either from your own website or marketplace websites that host your art for you sell it for you, ship it, and then you get a percentage of the sales. You could also invest in index funds and stocks and make money that way. Only you know what's best for you and what revenue streams you can explore inside and outside of your niche. But especially if you're a freelancer and your income is variable, having money coming in from different places gives you some sort of stability. When one source is slowing down, maybe it's slow season for freelance work. The other ones might be able to help you stay afloat. So take a look around, ask your friends that are in the same niche as you, see what they're doing to build secondary sources of income and what might work for you personally. And yeah, I think that's all for today. These systems that I've built and stole from people online have ensured that I am in charge of my finances, and have also helped me get rid of all the guesswork that comes with managing money, which makes me very proud to say that I'm finally somewhat financially responsible and organized. I know this might seem like a lot if you're just starting out and you're coming from a messy background, so feel free to come back to this video. Feel free to do your own research on any of the tips that I gave you. There's a lot of information out there, and if you like this type of content, I might make something a bit more in depth. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll try and help you guys out as best as I can. As always, I'll see you when I see you, and until then, you guys stay safe.